Marston's Domain.
Hey everyone, Marson here, and today I want to talk about Endling Extinction is Forever, because I think this game looks really good. So a little bit of backstory on me. I'm not usually the biggest fan of indie games. I don't have anything against them, there's some that I like, but in general, I'm really picky when it comes to games. And this might sound kind of bad, but the way that I see indie games is that they should almost feel like they're not an indie game. An example I can give is Shovel Knight. If you just gave me that game, I would have just thought it was on NES. I know that it might have too many colors or something that the NES could have handled or whatever, but just in general, I wouldn't have known that, and I probably would have just thought it was for NES. And I think that game is incredible. So it's not that I just dislike indie games, and there's probably other ones that I'm not even thinking of that I have liked or played in the past, but in general, I just am not really too into them. They'll have these indie showcases, and maybe one game stands out, and that's about it. And for me, with this Indie Direct, the one that stands out is Endling Extinction is Forever. Because this game managed to capture something from me just from the trailer. I was actually feeling for these pups and wanting them to survive. I'm also someone that's not too into story, and this game seems like it's gonna kind of tell the story by just the gameplay alone. And that has me intrigued as well, because I already care about the fact that I don't want the pups to die, and it seems like the story in general is gonna kind of tell itself from the gameplay. I know that probably sounds obvious, because when you play a game, usually the story does kind of tell itself, but hopefully you guys get what I'm trying to say with that. Basically, I'm just not into huge story, and I never have been. My favorite games are Mario and Donkey Kong, where it's very clear what's happening, and it's not really in-depth. But I feel like it's very rare that a game will actually get me to really care about the characters. It happens sometimes, but for this game to already kind of capture me from just the trailer, I'm very impressed. I think this is a very cool idea for a game. And the thing that has me the most interested, and the reason why I want to play it, is because of something that they said. They said that the amount of pups that survive is up to you. Now, with the way that they said it, it's seeming like your playthrough could change how the game actually ends. And that has me the most interested. If it didn't have that, I think this game could still capture me, but having it like this, if it's what it sounds like, is gonna have me very invested, because I am not gonna want any of them to die. So it makes me wonder how they're gonna do it, if this is what they're gonna be doing with how they worded it. Because I think it'd be pretty cool if you couldn't restart. And maybe that's where they'd have different difficulties, but I feel like I won't get as invested if something happens to one of the pups and I can just restart from a checkpoint. I'm wondering if maybe if only the mother dies that you could restart, but if one of the pups dies, you can't restart. I think that would be a very interesting way to have this game. Or maybe they could have a mode where there's just no restarting at all, but I think having it to where if the pups die, you can't restart, I think would definitely get me invested, and I think it would get a lot of people invested. But that's where options are important, because some people might not want to deal with that, but this game just seems really cool. Again, it is very rare for me to get that invested from just a trailer, and I know it's going to actually bug me if one of them dies. So kudos to the team for making this game. I mean, granted, I haven't played it yet, so maybe the gameplay's not that fun, who knows? But so far, this game seems really interesting. And maybe there's other games like this out there, but to me, it seems really original as well. So that's all I have to say with this. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like. If you want to stay up to date with my videos, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell. If you want to catch my live streams, follow me on Twitch. And until next time, I'll see you all later. Take care, everyone.